This is How to Make Money Explained, and we are on day 4 of our Jumpstart to Making Money course. Can't believe we're on day 4 already. So far, we've talked about making money from home, we talked about making money online, and today I'm going to talk about some ways to make money outside of the box. These are probably things that you walk by every day, some things that you may do every day that you don't even realize that you can profit from. Now, like I said before, there's thousands and thousands of ways to make money. There's no way that I could talk about all of them in 5 days. I couldn't even talk about them all in 5 years. But I'm just going through these just to kind of give you a brief synopsis of what How to Make Money Explained is all about, just so you can see the types of information I'm going to be sharing with you through blogging, through webinars, through teleseminars, through special reports, just trying to put together a whole forum for you where you can come and get information on different ways to make money. Now today I'm going to be talking to you about some of the ideas and the concepts that are in this manual that I have here, along with this DVD that's telling you about different ways to make money. Now to start off, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about closeouts. Now I mentioned closeouts, I believe it was in the previous video or maybe the video before, and I told you that I do actually have a closeout business. Now for those of you who don't know what closeouts are, unless you've lived under a rock for your entire life, I'm sure you've heard of stores like Marshall's, Home Goods, Big Lots, Overstock.com, TJ Maxx, and the list goes on and on and on. All of those are examples of closeout companies. And basically what closeouts are is when distributors and department stores, they purchase items that they're no longer selling. There's a variety of reasons that they're not selling them anymore. It's possible that they're not going to carry that brand anymore, so they need to liquidate and get rid of all of that merchandise. Maybe they bought too much of a particular item. They thought that it was going to be a big seller and it wasn't, so now it's sitting in their warehouse. Sometimes customers purchase items and then have buyer's remorse. There's nothing wrong with the item, but they don't want it anymore. They bring it back and the store or the distributor can't sell it anymore. Those are all ways that closeouts come about. And companies are able to go negotiate with the department store or with the supplier, and they're able to get those items at well below retail prices so then they can resell them. Now for me personally, I buy luxury designer women's clothing, handbags, things like that. I'm able to get them at so far below retail price that when I'm selling them at 40, 50, 60, sometimes even 70% off, I'm still making a hefty profit. The closeout business is absolutely phenomenal. I love it. It's a great way for you to be able to make extra money, and you're also helping people out, because I don't know a man, woman, child, young or old, anybody who doesn't love to save money. There's no one that I know or ever met who doesn't like to save money on the things that they're buying anyway. Things that are currently in the store today, you're getting for less than retail prices. That's what the closeout business is all about. Now, I'm going to do an in-depth training on the closeout business because I get a lot of questions for it. A lot of people are interested in breaking into the closeout business, but they really don't know where to start. I've had some horror stories. I've had some really bad experiences. There are a lot of companies out there. If you get online and you Google like wholesale products, whether you're looking for furniture, electronics, clothing, you put it in Google and a whole bunch of junk is going to come up. I know for me personally, when I first started trying to find how to get into women's clothing, I would always find these websites that were selling things that were either designer inspired. That was one thing they would always say, designer inspired, AAA quality, designer like. Basically all of those are code words for fake, phony, cheap, knockoff, fraudulent, they'll land you in jail. You don't want to buy that stuff. What you want to buy is authentic merchandise. There's no reason why you can't get authentic quality items to resell to people. It'll keep you from getting in trouble, and it'll also keep your customers coming back to you, because nobody wants to think that they're buying something that's real and then find out that you sold them something that's fake or that's a knockoff. My whole thing is, like, at the end of the day, you buy what you can afford. If you can afford to buy at Target, you buy at Target. If you can afford to buy at Gucci, you buy at Gucci. If you can afford to buy at Target, but you want to buy at Gucci, then you keep watching these videos on how to make money explained, and that way I can show you how to get the money so you can buy wherever you want to buy and you never have this problem again. But if you're interested in the closeout business, this is something I'm definitely going to dedicate a lot of time to talking about in the future. So you definitely want to keep posted. The second thing that I wanted to talk about that's in this book as well is being a mobile notary. Now, a lot of people they know what a notary is, but they don't know what a notary does. Basically, a notary is someone who is licensed or certified by the state to get signatures on important, sometimes legal documents. They can be documents from a bank, from a mortgage company, sometimes documents from an insurance company. You go out as a notary, you get people's signatures on certain documents, and then you stamp the document to prove that you actually did, have contact with that person, and you witness them signing off on whatever the form is that they needed to sign off on. Now, the thing is, with most notaries, a lot of them don't make much money. You'll see a sign in their front yard that says Notary Public, but unless you drive by their house, you may not even know that they're there. There's a lot of associations, there are a lot of forums for notaries so that you can get business, but a lot of people just don't know about those. I'm going to share some of those things with you. But also, as a notary, what I found out is that you can subcontract those notary signings. Now, for me, when I first started out, like I said, I wasn't involved in a lot of the associations, so I wasn't getting the business that I wanted to get. I signed up for these associations, and before I know it, I was getting so much business, I couldn't handle it all. And a lot of people have those problems, so you end up turning down business. And it's kind of tricky because if you know anything about real estate, a lot of times closings happen at the end of the month or at the beginning of the month, so you just get overwhelmed with phone calls during those times, and then sometimes you can't take all the business. Well, as a mobile notary, you can set up your own business, your own company, and subcontract that work out. So you can pick and choose, cherry pick the best signings at the best rates, and then the others you can subcontract out to other notaries who aren't making the money that you're making, who don't have the information that I'm going to share with you through How to Make Money Explained. Another thing that I want to talk to you about, it's really big here in Central Florida. I'm a real estate agent. I'm a licensed realtor. And I know that, the foreclosure market is really, it's something that just is huge here in Florida, in all of Florida. I was going to say Central Florida, but in all of Florida, it's really big, and some other places throughout the country. And if you've never been inside of a house that's been foreclosed on, you may not want to go inside of the house that's been foreclosed on before it gets cleaned out. Sometimes when these people have to leave their home, they leave some surprises behind in the aftermath. There's things that you don't want to see, things that no human being should ever have to smell inside some of these houses. And so in order for the banks to be able to resell these homes, somebody has to clean them out. Well, if you know, like I know, Chase Home Loans is not going to drive down to Central Florida to clean out these houses so that they can turn around and sell them. What they're going to do is call people and contract the cleaning services out to them. So if you have a cleaning service business set up or a property management junk removal type company set up, you can get contracts with these banks to be able to do the clean outs for them so that they're able to turn around and sell these houses. And there's no shortage of these homes, especially in this area. But I know that in other parts of the country, people are making a lot of money in this business. And this isn't something that you have to do full time. This is a great way if you're somebody who needs to make extra income, but you don't have the time to dedicate to a part-time job or work-at-home job. These are things that you can do on the weekend. Junk removal in general is a really big business. I know someone personally who had set up a junk removal business. He went out, distributed flyers in his community. It's a community of maybe about 200 homes. And in less than 2 days, he had gotten like 4 or 5 calls from people who had junk that needed to be removed from their house. They didn't have time to take it out, so he was able to start generating income just like that. Very simple. It's a no-brainer. And if you're somebody, if you have a truck or if you have a van and you're saying to yourself, oh my God, how am I going to make these payments? I don't know what I was thinking when I bought this SUV or when I bought this truck or whatever the case is. How am I going to make these payments? Well, if you start your own junk removal business, you'll be able to make the payments. You're also going to make a whole lot of extra money, and it doesn't take a lot of time. So these are the types of things that are included in this booklet that I've put together. I'm putting together a kit. It's this booklet, and it's also the DVDs right here that have a list of 100 different top selling reports to tell you different ways that you can make money from home or in your spare time. This will be available very soon, but this is something that you definitely want to take a look at. I mean, there's something in here for everybody, whether you are an experienced baker, a photographer. I mean, just then the list goes on and on and on. There's so many different ways to make money, thousands of ways to make money. I couldn't put them all into this booklet. I couldn't tell them all to you, but this is the kind of information that I'm going to continue to give you through How to Make Money Explained. So I'm going to be back with you tomorrow for our final video. It's day 5 already. And we're really just going to get into the tools and the tips, more of the actual hands-on materials that you're going to need to get started in making money. So until tomorrow, definitely continue to educate yourself. Like I said, you can never go wrong with going to your local library, finding out more, reading up on some of these things that I talked to you about. And I'm going to share links in this video. I'm going to share in the email that I send to you. If you're not on my email list, make sure you get on my email list so that way you can get these links and all these other resources that I'm sharing with you. But I'm going to continue to send out information to you so that you can just get started in making money. So I will see you tomorrow, and until then, I wish you nothing but more prosperity and a lot more success.